Are you thinking about starting a small business? Make sure you do it properly. Hi, I'm Juliana, and I am an enrolled agent living in Texas. I have a master's in taxation and a background of working at the IRS. I like to cover some of my experiences at the IRS, as well as things you might encounter in tax or with the IRS. So if any of that interests you, then come along. I kind of want to briefly go over starting your own business. You need to make sure that you're doing it properly. As far as the tax side of things, I want to make sure that you are reading the rules, doing your research. A lot of people just start up a business and don't do any of the research. I have personal experience with this with family members who have started a business and didn't realize they have to file stuff with the state, set up things with the state, and there's potential for sales tax. There's the potential that their business may not have to pay sales tax if they, depending on the industry that they are in. So they may be able to get an exemption from that. So there's different things that you definitely need to research and see if you qualify. You don't want the state or the government coming in at a later date and saying, well, you missed all of these things and now you owe a whole bunch of money. If you don't know how to start that research before you start the business or as you are slowly trying to start up, reach out to a professional and get them to do the research or pay them for a consult and see if they can help you out. A lot of states will make you set up your LLC and give you a lot of things that you have to do. There's certain filing requirements that you have to do with those. Different industries require sales tax collections and possibly state filings annually, quarterly. It depends. Some states charge income tax and some do not on businesses or individuals. So you have to figure out that. You also have to figure out a structure for your business. Are you going into business with somebody else? Will this be a partnership? Will this be a corporation? Will this be a sole proprietor? You can be an LLC and be almost any of those. You can you just start up something and start selling a service or a good, and you don't need to necessarily make it be an LLC at the state level. You can just be a regular sole proprietor. And as long as you're keeping track of all of your information, your income, your expenses, you're organized, and you may be just fine. As far as taxation on the federal side, any business that you have to report all income that you have earned during the year, and you are required to deduct all expenses. You can't just pick and choose certain expenses because it may be beneficial on the tax side. This ends up being a hobby. There's different rules that I discussed in a different video about hobbies, and it's highly not recommended. Generally speaking, though, people start up a business with the intent to earn money and have a profit. So the first couple years, if you are not doing well, you may reconsider your business strategies, but you should be okay as far as calling it a business as long as that is your original intent. If you hire somebody to set up your business at the state level or you set it up yourself, make sure you set it up with the proper entity, like I mentioned, partnership, corporation, LLC, sole proprietor, that type of thing, and know what you did. I have had clients who say, well, I am X, Y, and Z, and then they can't provide paperwork to prove that, and then when they finally do, they're not at all what they said. So make sure you know what you're doing and what the tax consequences are. Do you have to file a whole separate tax return? This may incorporate extra costs to you that you weren't aware of because you have to pay someone else to file a second return for you because you're no longer a sole proprietor. So keep all of that in mind when you are thinking of starting a business.